Hi everyone, and welcome back to my TV show reactions. Today we are checking out The Boys. This time we are watching season 1 episode 4 called The Female of the Species. Very interesting title. Last time on The Boys there was a race, A-Train, and that other speedster man, but A-Train treated and he took Compound V, and so now I know, or at least the audience, we know now that Compound V, and I think the boys also know this, that Compound V is a performance enhancement agent. And I'm wondering, I thought in the last episode that the lady, A-Train's girlfriend, that when she was taking it, she was a normal person, but she wasn't. She was a superhero, I believe, or at least had powers. But I am wondering what happens if a normal person takes that. Does it alter you in any way? Does it just make you like a lot stronger, like a normal performance enhancing agent or something like that? Not really sure, but excited to maybe find out. I'm also excited to see what happens if like someone like Homelander took Compound V, because that would be really, really exciting. He would just go mental, just destroying everything. Also, the boys are back together now. I feel like all of the team has converged. We are 4 episodes in. I feel like introducing another character to the boys team would maybe be pointless at this point in time. So I have a feeling that these 4 characters, you got Frenchie, you got Mother's Milk, you got Butcher, and you got Huey. Those 4 characters I feel like make up the boys, and I love every single one of them. They each are so distinctive in their personalities, but they are each so much fun to watch, and I'm hoping that none of them die. Also, the cliffhanger for last episode, season 3, ended with Homelander saying they have just declared war on the superheroes, so that is really exciting because we are getting into some juicy things. And yeah, let's just get into this episode. I'm really, really excited to start watching. I am in love with this show so far. The world, the characters. Starlight is an amazing character. I didn't bring her up so far, but Starlight I think is awesome. And her connection with Huey in episode 3 as well as episode 1, I believe, was really, really touching. And I really liked them. I really like them when they just talk in general. So I'm hoping that there is more Starlight Huey talking action as well. And yeah, let's just see what happens. And we also ended up with the Butcher and Frenchie, I believe, with the girl who sat on that guy's face, and then his face got exploded and his brain shot out the back of his head. So we are right there. She might be telling us more about Compound V, what it's for, and stuff like that. And yeah, let's dive on into this episode. I hope you enjoy my reaction to The Boys season 1 episode 4, The Female of the Species. The dog looks like, please take me out for a walk.
I would be forced to chop my fucking ears off. I'm making this every week.
Is this a backstory? Is this a backstory for Butcher? Because he doesn't seem as like hard at the moment, if you know what I mean. You know, he seems like he has a softer side that we haven't really seen yet, and he also didn't have a beard. So I feel like the beard is character growth. You know what I mean? Oh wow, that is a really sad fridge or freezer. You really need to get more things. Is he watching her? Is that the same lady? It really looks like he misses her so much, and I wonder what happened between them. I bet it was something to do with his line of work or something. I thought that she died or something, and that's why he hated superheroes.
I mean, you might as well hand the bloody launch keys over the vault right now.
Butcher is so right in this topic, though. Like, I don't agree that they should be in the National Defense.
You'd be drinking your own piss at a black site.
That is not an ideal circumstance.
Every time he leaves with the V, he comes back with the sesame noodles. That's all I know.
He comes back with the sesame noodles. I mean, sesame noodles are good, so worth the stop.
Sorry, baby, just work's just been a motherfucker lately. You know I'd much rather be at...
That is not suspicious at all. A giant van. They got used to it now. They've got used to it.
They were free to explore. Explore what? Gonorrhea? Pure. Why are you lying to her about where you are?
Oh. Frenchie brings up the truth.
Don't be scared, Petit.
Stop calling me that. I'm like 6 feet tall.
It took me like a second to realize what he said in French, and then I heard what he said, and I was like, oh. I got the joke. Who's watching something in here? Oh, there's like a theme song going on. Frenchie, I hope you don't die.
Frenchie, come on, let's go. Check these boxes.
Is that a child? Is that a child in a cage? Oh my god. Please free her.
When we get out, this isn't a rescue.
Yeah, but
Like butcher.
your moral compass is gonna... If you don't let her out, you have to let her out.
God damn it, Frenchie. What?
What if she's a superhero? What if she's like super powerful? Oh, she's like Wolverine. You know what? I forgot how violent this show was. I actually forgot. Oh, fist through the stomach. They literally let you escape. Don't hurt them, please.
Regional accents and great sense of humor. I mean, they're a joke. I mean, yeah.
The diversity hire? What? What diversity? Like power diversity?
I can do anything I set my mind to.
What do you want to set your mind to?
I want to eat a pizza. Just goes to the local pizza shop. Don't know why that's where my mind went to first.
Nah, don't worry. Get a little more horrible.
Yeah, when Homelander's chasing you.
Take a look.
Looks like a needle or something.
Yeah, but why? Is it a bot thing or like a side hustle?
So that girl had Compound V in her? That girl was Compound Viified? Was she just a normal person with Compound V? As like a test subject?
Bland, man.
You need to unclench your asshole.
You need to eat my clenched asshole. How about that?
Oh, what an insult. I found her.
Keep looking.
Oh. Oh, what if it's a text from Starlight? Oh.
Who's that then, eh?
Nobody.
It's Starlight. It's Starlight. It's Starlight. Please.
Annie,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
you're gonna hotmark her phone. From now on, we hear everything.
No. I feel like this will ruin their relationship. I don't want this to happen.
Huey. Just like the fucking rest of them.
See, something really bad happened to him in his life. Robin died, and Huey still defends Starlight. So he knows that not every superhero is bad. Butcher thinks every superhero is bad. So something really bad must have happened to him.
Not one congressman will have the balls to vote against our bill.
Yes. I'm saying yes because I don't want the bill to happen, but it's going to be really interesting when it does, if it does. And this is like a really good evil plan.
As soon as I can.
He's not very good with commitments. I love how like the characters in this show are really strong. She said pumpkin in the most threatening voice I've ever heard in my life.
Jesus.
Hey, do you have a second?
It is not really a good time.
No! Closes the door.
And I'd like to, just shine a light on it.
This guy is good with animals. I like him. Well, he's still really rude from what he did in the first episode, and I don't like him at all. This is a good part of his character too.
Play to your strengths.
See, that conversation, he thinks it went so well, but she took it as a joke.
Hey, baby. Hey.
Wow, he turned his head away from the kiss.
You're being paranoid.
Who else did you fucking tell?
What if he just runs through her? He just explodes her.
Cleaned up your puke. I'm there for you always.
I don't think he means any of this stuff, to be honest with you. I don't think he means any single word that comes out of his mouth. He just wants to know what she told him. And then she's dead meat.
I didn't tell anyone.
Oh no! Wrong answer. See, I told you he didn't mean anything that he just said.
But until I do, I gotta get you somewhere safe before Homelander finds out.
Oh yeah, Homelander will wreck her. Oh. Oh. You have some blood on you, lady.
Dolphins Ahoy extravaganza.
The Dolphins Ahoy! What, what a cut from this lady literally getting massacred to Ocean Land. This episode sponsored by Coca-Cola. Also, I love that they're dating. I hate that he has to do a job while they're dating though, because I think she's gonna find out and then the relationship's gonna get ruined, but it's so sweet right now, and I don't want it to end.
I had my first kiss with Amy Sealer in the men's bathroom when I was 14. It was really romantic.
The men's bathroom? Nice.
which you're not joking about, and that's fine. That's great.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my god. I thought someone actually just died for some reason. I actually thought a bowler just exploded. I wouldn't have put it past this show. Oh my god, but he definitely has some PTSD talking to her with all these sounds.
He seems like a loner. He spends most of his free time with his son.
His son, little translucent. Oh no. The son has no dad anymore. The son's dad is Jello. I love how even the bad people that you want them to die, like I wanted Translucent to die, but even them, they have real world consequences of actually having a family. I don't know, not a lot of shows and movies have that. These guys are so dead. Oh! Broken neck.
Now, you guys made it.
Come on, you guys. He's such a liar.
Stop!
Oh my god.
There you go, just relax.
No, he's gonna shoot them. He's gonna shoot him. I knew it. Oh my god, and then he got decapitated with a laser. Homelander, you've ruined everything. You let them die? He's literally just gonna walk out and let them die.
Kind of speed, either the plane goes ass over tit or I'll punch.
Oh my god, this conversation's really funny, but it's also really scary. And it's really just, like, I hate it.
That was a big one.
At least take the kid. At least take the kid.
Here, don't worry about it.
I hate him. Oh yeah, I hate him so much.
Take off your mask.
I have so many chills. Yeah, I knew it. She's gonna save one person at least, 2 people.
Stay back. Let's go.
This is my favorite scene of the entire show so far.
Don't die with them.
I have so many goosebumps right now. What the heck? People are jumping out. I'm in shock. That scene was absolutely phenomenal, and I have so many chills, and that was my favorite scene in the entire show. Ew! Ew, how mutilated do you want a body to look? That is disgusting.
Okay, go.
No.
Christ. Featuring Homelander and Starlight.
See? There is so many.
Look, I'm not down
Like,
to convert them.
Homelander is compared to like Christ so many times in this show, and just like an angelic figure. It's really interesting.
Why I do it? Vindictive personal glory.
I love Starlight. They're made for each other. Come on now, they're made for each other. How bad are you at bowling though, Starlight? Come on. Like Huey, you're just as bad, but Starlight, you're a superhero. Come on.
And, you know, you have, like, superpowers, yet you are a...
This is what I'm saying! This is what I'm saying! I knew it. I knew that's what was gonna happen.
Just tuning in, authorities have lost all radar and satellite...
Oh, don't bring up the plane again. The plane makes me hurt inside. Frenchie's smart. See what I'm telling you? That's the same show that she was watching, I believe. I feel like this is bad news. Ah! Ah, that scared me. Don't hurt him, don't hurt him.
In Marseille, middle of the night, just broke in, took me. Kept me with him for years.
What?
Smoke a good wash, tell me you love me. Then
he'd beat you, or he'd take it, turn it off on your leg. Oh, you know what I mean, right? He'd like smother it on his leg. Oh, that's so gross.
you're not a bad person.
Neither are you, Frenchie. You're a good person.
You went off plan because it didn't seem right.
Sorry, okay?
He's been going off playing quite a bit recently.
So I stepped in. I kicked the guy's ass.
Yes. Yes, Starlight.
He never spoke to me again. Not one word.
Why? Because of his pride? Because of his big ego and pride?
Never show your strength to a boy you like.
Okay, but I think it would be pretty cool, don't you?
really think it's awesome.
Why wouldn't it be awesome? That's so cool. She's like, I'm sorry, I gotta leave now. You don't understand. I'm showing you my true self with the ketchup on the lip, and you're not having it.
Save my spot. I'll be right back.
Robin, I was just oh no. Do you think this is all too soon for him?
Hey.
Ah, he's good. He has good timing. He has very good timing.
Stand, Frenchie. What happened the night that Mallory had your tail lamp light on?
Yes. What happened?
Grandkids.
I didn't know.
It doesn't matter.
Now they're going to fucking Spice Girls.
True. Why is that such a good little metaphor? That was a good speech. That was a good little speech.
That's right.
I am one of the Spice Girls. Wait, what the heck?
Right, seriously? Now is not the appropriate time.
Is he having a relationship quarrel with the dolphin? No! No, it's the dolphin's about to die. Oh my god. What the heck? What the heck? Why did that dolphin have to die in such a brutal way? Thrown through the window, smushed by a truck, and like just guts everywhere. Oh my god, that poor dolphin. They want to help you. Well, they want to gas you, so maybe I wouldn't say that as helping either. Oh my god, is it A-Train? Oh no! No, I never thought about that he could do that. Oh! Her brain is about to be on the wall. That was actually so smart. That was really smart. So Frenchie's, I think, might be the smartest person. I think Huey actually is the smartest, but Frenchie, close second. He's really grown on me, actually.
What if she's a Spice Girl?
What if he's a Spice Girl? Honestly, she could be an addition to the boys as well. I would accept her as an addition to the boys. Poor Frenchie. Frenchie's about to get knocked out as well. Not the plane. Not the plane wreckage. This actually, the plane event actually hurt me the most out of anything that has happened in the show, I think. Like, that absolutely killed me. And he's gonna make sure no one's alive, that there's no survivors. If there is a survivor, imagine, what would he do? He would kill them.
Scene, do you have a comment?
Shut up, Homelander.
Because we're not in the chain of command. If Nora...
Oh my god, he's turning this around.
Again, that is my solemn promise to you.
Shut up, Homelander. You make me happy because you're so evil and bad.
Talk to your congressman. Talk to them. They'll listen to the people.
Like, he's so good. Like, he's turning this situation around to a positive.
And the world hears you!
I don't hear you, Homelander. I don't hear you. I hear your lies. Just them chanting while the credits roll. No, there's the water. There's no music. Why is that? That was an amazing episode. That was an amazing, amazing episode. And that was my reaction to The Boys Season 1, Episode 4, The Female of the Species. I guess I can understand why it's called The Female of the Species, because they were chasing this lady who, I don't know her name. I'm going to call her Crazy Awesome Compound V injected lady. I don't know if she originally had superpowers or if she was just a normal person. I'm hoping she was a normal person because then it kind of shows what Compound V can do to a normal person. But also I was wondering if she was, because they said they were injecting her with Compound V. I'm wondering if, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like she is a superhero of some form. She does have some form of powers, because I feel like Compound V doesn't last like a long time. Well, we don't really know how long it lasts, but I don't think it lasts as long as this lady is using it, because she has been using it like the whole episode. She had these powers, and so maybe they were just using Compound V on a superhero as like a, or as with someone with powers as like a lab trial experiment or something. So I think that maybe she, now that I'm thinking about it, I think she does have powers of some sort, and then they're using the compound V to just test it on someone with powers. But yeah, I really liked that lady in the episode. She was really cool. She was like, I don't know, I really liked that storyline, and I really like everything about this episode. I thought was really good. I had my favorite scene in out of any of the show in this episode, the one with the plane, that whole plane sequence when Homelander and the lady, I totally forget the Wonder Woman like character, I totally forget her name, sorry about that, but when those two soups go to the plane and they go inside and they try and save the plane and it eventually fails and they end up leaving, like that gave me so many goosebumps and like so many chills. But then also I was like so like disgusted in what was happening on screen, but also so invested in what was happening on screen. And they like the writing in the show does such a good job, because even though Homelander was being so just evil in that one situation where he's like, we have to leave them, like what do you want me to do, fly back and forth 123 times? Like he was like, his dialogue was so funny and I was laughing even though it was just so horrible. Everything that he was saying was so horrible. I think I was laughing because just how horrible he was being. I don't know, Homelander is probably my favorite character in this entire show now. Huey still pretty close, but Homelander might be my favorite just because of how bad he is, but how good he pretends to be. I just find it so amusing to watch and so enthralling to watch, and it is like his writing is really, really good. He's so good at turning a bad situation into a really good situation, and I thought that this was this episode again showed how good Homelander is at his job and what he wants to do, and I'm really, really excited to keep seeing him kind of go farther and farther into this madness of himself as we continue this season and season 2. I don't know, I think Homelander is the greatest villain in this show, and definitely one of my favorite villains so far, and in recent things that I've watched. He's just really, really just entertaining on screen, and I think that is a big props for a villain. When a villain is entertaining and they're so bad but you still enjoy every second of them on screen because you know you're about to get some like juicy scene with them in some way. I don't know, it's really, really cool to watch. Again, the boys were kind of split apart for most of this episode. I guess I was gonna say the main three, but Huey is part of the main four, so they're not really the main three. It's just Butcher, Double M, and Frenchie. They were off trying to find the compound V, like where A-Train keeps it, and then they found the girl, and then so on and so on, and Huey was on a date. So the boys were kind of split up in this episode, which at first I was a little sad by, because I love the boys' chemistry together, and I was really excited to get another episode of all of them together. But the Starlight Huey thing ended up being really, really awesome, and it was something that I had really wanted, so I was totally okay with it. And then the other three, Butcher, Double M, and Frenchie, when they were together, it was also really, really entertaining and fun. And I think that the group's chemistry, including Starlight and Huey's, is like, it's just off the charts how well they work together, and they banter. Their banter is really, really just entertaining. Again, this show as a whole is just really entertaining and really well written, and it's very fast paced. There's not a lot of quiet time in this show. It's very action heavy, and this episode had a lot of action, and I had forgotten, it's been about a week since I watched episode 3, and I had forgotten how gory this show was. So I was starting to watch this show, and I was like, okay, I for some reason when I started watching this episode, I just thought that this show was like PG-13 or something like that. I just totally forgot how gory Robin's death was, and how gory Translucent's explosion was, and how gory that guy's brains being sucked out was. Even though I said it in the intro, I totally forgot about it. And then as soon as they find that girl in the cage with the powers, the compound V trial girl, and she just goes ham on the guards, and she like smacks the guy's stomach until it explodes, and then the guy shoots himself and blood goes everywhere. I was like, oh yeah, I'm watching The Boys. I'm watching a really violent, really, really violent show. But yeah, the violence in this episode again was not over the top. It was not like, there was definitely way more. I feel like they don't overdo the violence in this show, which is what I really like about it. Like, obviously when the violence is on screen, it is brutal, but they don't overdo it. Like when the girl with the powers, when she escapes and she goes to that hair salon, nail salon, manicure place, whatever that was, and she goes to the back and just totally massacres that lady in the back. They don't show it, and they could have totally showed that and it would have fit in with the show, but they didn't need to show it. It wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't a necessary thing to show, so they didn't show it to kind of just embezzle how bad she actually is killing this person. And I think that kind of proves that one shot proves that the show knows what it's doing with its violence. It knows that it doesn't need to go over the top with the violence every single time, that it only really needs to show us this really gory stuff when it's kind of a necessary plot device or a necessary thing that happens in the show, or just a really big event. Because again, I feel like a lot of shows would have shown that, especially a show like The Boys, which is very, very, very gruesome. They would have showed that lady getting massacred in some aspect, but instead we just heard it, we saw some blood spatter against the wall, and that was that. It was left up to our imaginations. And I think that maybe it could have been a budget thing, but I think it's also that the show knows how to handle its violence, and it knows how gruesome it wants to be without going overboard. So I don't know, I thought that was really interesting. I think that the Soups are going to get into the national defense now. I think that after the general's statement at the end of episode 3, I believe, or somewhere in episode 3, when he changes his mind on his position after the leaked footage of him, or the blackmailed footage of him, I suppose. And then in this episode, when Homelander changes this bad situation of him letting the plane crash into a good situation of lying that he got there 3 minutes late, and if he was in the army, that wouldn't happen ever again. Again, he's so good at changing the situation. But yeah, I think that they are going to go into the national defense. I'm actually really excited for them to do that, because it's something that I don't want them to do, which is why I'm excited for them to do it. Because when someone does something I don't want them to do, I feel like it makes the show a lot more interesting, unless it's like a really stupid decision. But if it's like this is such a bad decision for the world, and it's such like just an evil position from the standpoint of Homelander and Stillwell and stuff like that, that I'm really excited to see how it plays out, because it's just such a bad plan for the rest of the world, but such a good evil plan from Homelander. So yeah, very excited to see how that plan pans out. Very excited to see what the boys do with the girl that they just gassed her, I think, and she is unconscious at the moment. So excited to see what they do with her, to see if they keep her in like a cage or something to talk to her, or if they just keep her free and she becomes part of the gang. I'm kind of hoping she becomes part of the gang, because she's kind of cool, and I feel like they could use someone like that on their team. Also, before I end this review, Starlight and Huey, they had a date. That date was really, really cute. I was really sad though that Huey had to connect to her phone or something to just keep track of her phone during the date, because I feel like at some point Starlight is going to find out, and it's totally going to crush their relationship. And I can feel their relationship it was too good in this episode, so it's definitely going to go downhill at some point. I feel like that's just what happens in these shows, and I think it's going to go downhill because she's going to find out that Huey in some way tapped into her phone. So that is really sad. I think Huey has some form of, I mean, obviously I would have it too if my girlfriend just exploded in front of me, but definitely has some PTSD of Robin becoming Jello, and maybe isn't actually quite ready, as ready as he thought maybe, for a relationship. So that would be really interesting to dive into as they go on more dates. I'm assuming they will go on more dates, because it looked like the first one went very, very well. But it does also look like Huey is in love with Starlight in some aspect. He is in love with Starlight, just the way that he looks at her, the way he pauses before he talks to her. And Starlight, I think, has started to get feelings for Huey, like more feelings than before, after he said that he thinks it's really cool that she's stronger than him, that she could like deadlift him and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see how the relationship pans out, although I think it's going to go downhill, because at some point I think she's going to find out about the tapped phone that he has done, or he's just going to come clean about it, because I feel like Huey can't keep this secret forever. I feel like at some point he is going to tell her. She's either going to find out, or he is going to break and tell her about translucent and or tapping her phone. So that'll be really interesting. And one more thing before I actually end the review is I really like the real world consequences in this show, and how even the villains, like Translucent, maybe wasn't like the villain, but he was a soup that they were trying to destroy. And so I was on Huey's side because he's the main character, but he killed Translucent, and there was no thought about who in Translucent's life would get affected. Like, we just found out that he has a son now, and I think that is a really interesting thing that not a lot of shows do, is show like that even these bad people that we want dead still have families, still have people that care about them. So you killing this person maybe will benefit your plan, but it's going to put a lot of other people into grief. And so now that son has no dad and stuff. So I don't know, really interesting things to think about. Really cool that the show brought that up and humanized, or is humanizing at least, more of these characters. Like, again, the Deep and that dolphin, the dolphin that got annihilated by a truck and became dolphin meat. That was so gruesome. That was the most gruesome part of this episode. I totally forgot about that until now. But yeah, the Deep was such a bad person, and he still is a bad person in a way at the show. But in the first episode, I hated him, but he has gotten so much more personality since then. And even though I know he is still a bad person and he used Starlight because she was new, and I won't forgive him for that, the writers have just not given him that as his only character trait. They've actually fleshed him out enough that he has these bad sides, but he also has this side that I personally really enjoy. So it's like, it's a struggle with his character because I hate him for what he did to Starlight in the first episode, and that he just thinks it's okay. And he, after that conversation when they went on that tag team superhero battle together, he said it was like, why are you still on this and stuff like that. So I hate him for that. But like the side where he's like talks to animals and he's like, he like knows that he's the joke of the group and he wants to get out of that and just be himself, I kind of like that about him. So I think that's really good writing, just humanizing these really bad characters still. Like, the audience still knows it's bad, and they're not trying to say these aren't bad characters. That is not what the writers are doing. They're just saying these are bad people, but they also have like human qualities to them. So I don't know, I think that was really interesting. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my reaction to The Boys season 1 episode 4, The Female of the Species. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me, supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. And thank you so much for listening to my review as well. If you made it this far, it means a lot for you just to listen to me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And I will see you next time for my next The Boys reaction, which will be season 1 episode 5, Good for the Soul.